Hi everyone! So welcome back, and today I'm going to be talking about something that I find very interesting, which is our generation and the world that we live in now. Now you might be wondering, like, why is this even a topic of discussion? And I was watching a video earlier today, and this man was talking about our dopamine and how much time we contribute towards doom scrolling, endlessly scrolling on social media. And I have a really interesting point to talk about, but I think that it's so important we talk about what kind of people we're becoming, because it's so sad seeing the reality of our people today. I mean, I'll be like on social media or something, and I'll open up comments and I'll see people just being rude for no reason, and I'm like, that's so unfair. So I think I just wanted to cover our generation and our generation's faults. I don't know how we can fix this issue, but I think that by working together and actually making an effort towards bettering our worlds and bettering our communities, beginning with that, I think that we can make such a big difference. First, and what I deem most important, is being rude. A lot of people now are so rude and so mean for no genuine reason. And I know you guys are going to be like, well, people are going to be mean regardless of what you say, of what you do. But I'm talking about being mean for no reason. I was watching this video, and it was this girl, and she at first she said, I don't want to get married. And then she showed like an Islamic part of it, and she was like, maybe I do want to get married. And I opened up the comments, and they were like, what is this? Or they were like, oh, I reposted and I unreposted so fast. And I'm like, first of all, you making that comment is completely unnecessary, because then you're not hating on the video, you're just hating on the religion as a whole. Because it was like photos of like Muslims with their husbands, and it was really sweet. And I might be biased or something because I'm Muslim, but even if you're non-religious, I feel like you leaving a comment and saying, oh, I reposted and unreposted so fast, is just so disrespectful. And I think that religions in on themselves, or people of certain religions like Christians, Jews, Muslims, they need to learn how to respect each other before they try to respect like their own people. Because the thing is, we're always going to be so judgmental, and that's just a fact. But publicizing our judgments is not a great idea. And I understand wanting to voice your opinion, but also it was just so many of these comments that were saying, I reposted and I unreposted. Oh, like, what is this religion? Oh, you guys are oppressed. Oh, this, oh, that. And I'm like, your information comes from social media. If you really took the time to understand Islam as a whole, as a religion, I feel like you wouldn't be saying the things that you're saying now. And I see a lot of Islamic content on my For You page. This one time I saw someone who was like, oh, this is the religion of peace, and it showed like the women in Afghanistan and having their like their niqabs and like covering their entire faces. And I'm like, this is not Islam. Islam does not teach you to oppress women. That's not the point of Islam. And I feel like a lot of people on social media see like, oh, women wearing hijab, and they automatically assume that they're Muslim or that they're oppressed, and I find that so disgusting. It's so disappointing. I know of a story of this little boy. He went to school. He has crooked teeth. He wears glasses. That's normal. That's called being human, by the way. Since a lot of people don't know that being human means having flaws. Okay, so he goes to school. He has crooked teeth. He has glasses, and people are always making fun of him. Always, all the time. They're laughing at him. They're mocking him. They're ridiculing him. They're driving him insane simply for how he looks. And a lot of the people, I'm going to be so honest, a lot of the people that look not as appealing on the outside are so beautiful on the inside. And that's just a fact, because their hearts are so pure. And I know, I've seen it firsthand. It's not always the most beautiful. It's always the nice people that are just not as visually appealing. And I think that as time goes on, when you meet someone who's so kind and so sweet, like, they do become more visually appealing. And it's the same with people that are already beautiful, and then they have like an ugly tongue or an ugly heart. They just become ugly. So anyway, back to my point. This little kid, so innocent, so sweet, goes to school, he comes back, and all of these people are constantly bullying him. A couple months pass, and we hear on the news that this boy took his own life. And he took his life because of the words that people spoke. And so before you say anything, before you leave a comment, think about what a person is going through. Think about it. Just think. Is the comment that you're leaving going to help a person, or is it going to mentally destroy them? If they were on the verge of ending their own life and you made this comment, would your comment make them smile, or would it make them think about taking their own life even more? So whenever you're going about a situation, or whenever you're looking at a video, or whenever something just seems weird or off, watch it, judge and hear, but on the outside, do not say anything. Do not comment anything mean. There is no point, there is no purpose, and you are not helping anyone, not even yourself. I'm sorry, if you think that you're cool by bullying other people on the internet, you are pathetic, and that is lame, and I don't find you cool, and please never come talk to a person like me or anyone ever again, because I don't find that to be respectable at all. My second point is understanding that we are being oppressed without knowing. And when I say without knowing, I mean, like, we do know, but we choose to ignore it. There was this quote, I forgot where it came from, but it kind of went like, one man had a concern that people wouldn't allow us to read books overall. Books would be banned. And this other man had the feeling that it wasn't books that would be banned. We would have all of the knowledge and all of the books that we need, but we were so oppressed that we didn't even read the books. There was something else that was consuming our minds. And we see that happening right now. With what? Can anyone take a guess what's consuming our minds 24/7? It's social media. It's the media. It's having social media apps like TikTok and Instagram and Snapchat. And these apps are literally manufactured to grab your attention. There are algorithms put in place, literal algorithms, to keep your attention on whatever it is you're watching. The average attention span when it comes to TikTok when it comes to TikTok or Instagram or any of those social media apps is 2 to 3 seconds. Our attention is 2 to 3 seconds per video. I mean, if we sat down and watched every single video on TikTok, I'm telling you, like, we would not get as far as we do. Like, we would not be scrolling for as long as we are, because we're just endless. It's endless. There's so many videos, and, like, you know, I've seen people make videos about, like, oh, when you reach, like, the side of TikTok where, like, there's only 2, 3, 4 likes. It's because you're so deep into TikTok and so deep into scrolling that you literally reached the end. You have exhausted all of the viral people, and now it's trying to find, like, people to kind of fill in their gaps. That's crazy. That is insane, and you're watching it happen and you're allowing it to happen. Again, right before your very eyes. You know that it's bad for you. And if you don't, well, here I am telling you, it's bad for you to scroll on social media for hours and hours and hours. You're being robbed of your creativity. You're being robbed of your attention span. God gave us this to use. This is our greatest resource, and you are allowing it to be trashed. This is fried. I mean, if you sat down and asked yourself a bunch of, like, questions that you're supposed to know coming out of high school, I bet 50% of you could not answer those questions correctly because of your reliance on AI. We rely so much on artificial intelligence and technology. We are so developed to the point where we can't do anything on pencil and paper anymore. I mean, I know so many people that complain about using pencil and paper just because they have, like, Google Docs, or they have, like, Google Sheets, or something else on a technological device is available. That's so sad. You know, it's a good thing, but also it's a bad thing. I mean, there's so many people that complain about using a sheet of paper, and I'm like, okay, I understand, like, technology being environmentally sustainable on occasion. Like, I think I saw this video and it was talking about how, like, every single prompt that you plug into ChatGPT, it sends, like, there's, like, this huge computer, and it's, like, 3 times the amount that a normal, like, Google search would send. And that's what's leading to climate change. And I'm like, so many high schoolers, so many college students are using ChatGPT every single day. And they think that it's doing nothing, but really it's killing the polar bears and freeing Antarctica. And I'm like, I mean, what good are you doing to the world? None. There is no good that you're doing. I mean, sure, you get that A on your assignment, and then what? And then the animals in the Amazon and the animals in Antarctica, they die, and you're okay with that. I mean, I understand caring only about yourself, because sometimes you have to put yourself first, but also the world is coming to an end and we're watching it happen. We're allowing it to happen. As a matter of fact, we're not just watching it. We're saying, hey, come on, you're ending and I am allowing you to end, because I'm not doing anything to actively change it, you know? And that's just so disappointing in on itself. And I'm like just stop relying so much on AI and go back to reading books. Go back to maybe listening to podcasts or listening to a radio show. I think that you can get so much knowledge through reading books. And I mean, it's a fact. You do get so much knowledge through reading books. But when you plug something into AI, it's never going to give you the same amount of knowledge and discipline that you're going to get from reading an actual long chapter book full of words. And it kind of forces you to like imagine what you're reading. And I think that that's just so interesting. Being able to imagine what it is that you're reading, that's just so creative. And that's why I don't really like graphic novels. My little brother loves graphic novels, but I don't, because you can't imagine, you know, what you're reading, because the pictures are already there for you. And again, being robbed of your imagination and your creativity. One of the other things that I find very, very disappointing about our culture today, or our generation, is how fast we want to do things. So we have like those eras, like the 2007 era, the 2010 era, the 2015 era. Those took years. For example, 2007 lasted all of 2007. Now we're just rushing through trends. For example, there was like cheetah print and leopard print. That ended so fast. I kid you not. It was around for like, the trend was around for like 2 weeks. 2 weeks. And it was done. It was over. Like, I don't see anyone wearing cheetah print anymore. And like, people buy, this is what fast fashion, oh my gosh, there's just so many things that this entails. I'm like, I don't even know where to start. But there's just, oh my gosh, I'm stressing out. There's just so many trends that come and go so fast. So that's one of the things that happens quickly. Another thing that we expect to happen quickly is success. And I know so many people that are like, oh, I've been studying for like years and I didn't get my degree yet, or oh, I've been doing this for years, I don't know what the point of it is. Like, good things take time. And I think that a lot of people cannot wrap their heads around that fact. Good things take time. Anything rushed is not going to be good. And I'm telling you now, because I have like physically witnessed and gone through things. I have like tried doing things quickly, but it doesn't work. And let me tell you why it doesn't work. Because when you do something fast, there's no value in it. There's no time that you gave to doing it. You know, and I feel like the more time that you spend doing something, the more you realize those, you know, minuscule hidden discrepancies. You know, like for example, me, when I'm reading a book, okay, so I do 2 different kinds of readings. I read and then I read and annotate. I notice that when I read and annotate, I gain so much more knowledge and insight than I do when I'm just reading. And a lot of the books, again, that I read are very like insightful books. For example, this book, guys, buy it. It's one of my favorite books. It's really good. I'm like rereading it actually, but I'm annotating it, you know, and there's just so much that I've learned. And I love that book because the author, Della, I don't know how to say his last name, but he tells you in certain parts of the book, he's like, okay, you can stop here and actually try to implement this and then come back to the book. And he told us so many times in the book, he's like, put it down for maybe a year and then pick it back up and read it again. Because this book is honestly about life skills and honing your life skills, understanding like how to go about certain things. And he taught me that in order to fully be able to navigate a business or to be able to become successful, it's not actual knowledge that you have to have. I mean, though you do have to have knowledge, it's learning how to control and understand people. And once you learn how to understand people, I feel like you can just go about life in a very interesting manner. Like, oh, I know what you're thinking. I can see straight through your lie, but I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt, and I'm gonna let you keep lying, but I'm not gonna talk to you ever again because I don't like liars. I don't respect liars. I don't like people that say something and then I find out later that that's not the truth. It was a lie, and you said it straight to my face. That's not okay. And lie culture is crazy huge nowadays too. There are so many people that I personally know that that are liars, and I will say I don't talk to them. I mean, they're like acquaintances. Again, going back to like in my previous video, I mentioned like who can you call a friend and who can't you call a friend. I feel like there are a lot of people that you just cannot label as friends, because once you put that label on them, it's kind of like, oh, you're one of them. And if you're one of them, then and they're not a good person, then what happens next? I mean, people automatically assume that you're like them, and then you're like guilty by association. So walk with the right people. Learn who to walk with. Walk with people that are like-minded, you know, who have the same values and the same morals. Once you see that like your morals or your values don't align, that's when you gotta walk away. Even if you don't have the greatest excuse, if you get an odd feeling, or if you think that this is not a good person, walk away. Make an excuse. They cannot force you to stay in their lives, and if they try, then that's pathetic. And I don't know how you can solve that problem, but if somebody like tries to force you to stay in their life, just leave. Block them on everything. I mean, it takes a lot out of me to block a person. I don't really block people because, again, I don't care. But if someone's bothering you, just block them or just ignore them. I feel like if you've reached that point of like I don't care, to where you're like, if someone can text you and you're just like, oh, I don't care, like, who are you to me? And then you just like don't make a problem out of it. I feel like that's just, that in on itself is just such power, you know? Like, I don't care what you have to say. I'm just not gonna respond, you know? And delivered culture is also huge. Like, people always are like, oh, I live too undelivered, I'm so busy, or like, oh, I woke up at like 5 p.m. or like, oh, like I was busy, sorry. But if you really cared, I feel like you would have texted me. People just don't care now, and that's fine. If you don't care, then I will not be responding to your texts. That's it. That's literally how it is. And like, I know like sometimes people do oversleep. Like, I get it. I'm an when I came back from New York, I slept until 2 p.m. I believe. Did not respond to anyone. And sometimes I take like time off, but I will reach out and I will let you know. I'll be like, hey, sorry for not responding to your text. Like, I'm taking time for myself. And based on the kind of person that I am, or based on the kind of person that I allow people to see me as, that's my normal, you know, because I'm always taking kind of like mental breaks because I care about myself so much. And I think that when I see myself getting exhausted, I'm really like, okay, stop. It's time you take a break. Just don't respond to anyone. It's you for you. And I just kind of reset. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. And I know I recorded in like broad daylight. This is so weird for me. But I just like, I had time and I was like, you know what, let me just film my YouTube video instead of filming it at night. This is probably going to be my only video that I filmed during the day. Just because I had so much to say and I had to get it off my chest, and this kind of felt like an emergency YouTube video. So thank you guys again so much for watching. If you have any opinions, leave them down below. Just let me know. And I'll see you guys next time.